Welcome to Saturday here on Pagan Perspective. I'm your Saturday host, Brendan, and this week we are actually answering Danny's question, which is about the biggest shifts within our path. So Danny gave us a question this week, which was just really what was the biggest shift in our personal practice and path. Contemplating this and thinking about it over the week, I've been really wondering, well, what is the biggest shift and change that has happened within my path? And thinking for me, like going back and looking at when I started practicing in 2000, this will be the 16th year that I'm practicing. A lot has changed in that whole entire time. Started out practicing with a couple of people at school, and we had our own like little semi-informal coven-y sort of thing, and just kind of worked together in high school and all that sort of stuff. And then it wasn't probably till a few years later after high school and everything that I kind of came back into my practice and my path. And then I think the biggest shift and the most noticeable impact that has happened to my path would be really attending public rituals and going to public gatherings. All I'd really done beforehand was little like private sessions with a couple of witch friends at home, getting together, celebrating a full moon or a Sabbath, and just doing magic together. But actually going out and meeting other public pagans and going to public full moon events, going to the Australian Wiccan Conference, all of that, which then attending my first Australian Wiccan Conference in 2006, I believe it was, with my coven at the time, then meeting 3 other witches there, which then went on to us forming a coven of 6, and working with them for 3 to 4 years, and then in 2008 attending the Australian Wiccan Conference in Queensland and meeting my future tradition brothers and sisters, meeting the Witches of the Wildwood there. And it wasn't till 2011 when I pretty much packed up everything from Sydney and moved to Queensland, to Brisbane, where I live currently. Been living here for 5 years now, and connecting with the community here, and really constantly going through that public rituals, public events, in the time since going to my first public event in, I think it would have been, I want to say maybe 2003, 2004, a Pan full moon that I attended, to now where I'm traveling the world to attend and teach witch camps, facilitating and organizing witch camps here in Australia, teaching weekend intensives, teaching 6-week elements of magic and reclaiming classes, teaching students around the world Wildwood tradition magic, all of that. And I think it really just branched from stepping out of my own home and out into the public sphere and really connecting with other witches, connecting with other pagans, and like here I'm on YouTube connecting to more people, and like it's just insane. It was really just kind of coming out of that space. And to be honest, it has been like one simple little thing, just going out and doing public ritual with people, has been kind of the biggest shift and impact of my path. It's put me through multiple initiations in the Wildwood tradition, in the shamanic craft tradition that I belong to initiations to particular gods and deities, to becoming a teacher within the reclaiming tradition, becoming a teacher within the Wildwood tradition, to seeding my own coven, to like just doing a lot, really. And it's changed my magic and changed my practice, and really being able to create rituals for public events for all levels of participants to be able to enjoy and get something out of, to be able to create like actual structured teaching information, to be able to present a 6-week teaching course, so having a curriculum, setting homework, all of that sort of stuff. And this all just came out of attending one public ritual and continuing to attend public rituals. And I think, like, honestly, that has been my biggest shift, really. It was just being able to dare myself to go. And I remember being, like, it wasn't close to where my house was, so it was like, I think an hour and a half worth of train travel, and then kind of being stuck and my mum having to come collect me, because at the time, well, I don't drive still, but at the time I wasn't driving, and I think the trains were really spaced apart, so either like a half hour to an hour wait, and I was freaking out, but I loved it, and it was wonderful, and yeah. And those full moons are still running. They've been running for quite a while now, and it's great seeing all of that. And yeah, I encourage people to go just find out what's in your local area, attend an event, or if you're traveling anywhere, see what's on in that area and go attend an event. Facilitators if they're doing their job well, they're quite approachable, wonderful, and fabulous, and will help integrate you into the people that are attending. Otherwise, there's usually people in the group that you can approach. Just taking that risk and be daring and putting yourself out there to experience it. And who knows, you could be facilitating events in your area, you could be traveling the world to attend other events, to teach at events, all this sort of stuff. There's so many things to do, and yeah, just encourage people to, get out, explore, see what's in your community, and who knows, it may be the big shift that is happening for you. I think that is it for this week. Such a topic I didn't have to do research for, or any structured script or anything. Oh, I could probably do a script, but just straight from the heart sort of stuff. But I loved it. Thank you, Danny, for the question this week, and look forward to seeing you all next week, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Much love and blessings, and blessed be. Mwah.